Hey everybody, happy Friday. It's Friday. Yes. Am I excited? It's just another night for me. So whatever. But for a lot of people they're out having a good time. I would be shocked if you watched this tonight, but um the weather is supposed to be great this weekend and I've received a lot of feedback, so I know I have people watching from all over the place. I have friends in Canada, South Africa, Kent, Belgium, Czech Republic, not Czechoslovakia, Portugal, Brazil, South Korea. I've had a great number of comments and messages sent to me, and it's been fantastic. So thank you for the support. And I know here the weather is going to be great. Michelle, I'm assuming your weather in Los Angeles is phenomenal, like California weather always is, and I'm jealous. Miss California. So, what's this about tonight? I want to talk about something very important to me and something that has worked throughout my whole life. And it's a psychological theory, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And basically, I'm just going to give a brief summary of what it is and maybe how it might apply to business, and maybe just a little bit of shared experience myself. A lot of people don't know this, but most of my life I took care of myself. I had a rough childhood. Never really told anybody. I was very, very closed off in that regard. Some people might recall I was a bit of a dick. Well, that was more of a defense mechanism. But as a young boy, I used to love college textbooks. My first college textbook was a zoology textbook that we got on Indiana Avenue in Jamestown at a yard sale, and it had this super neon green frog on it. I was enamored by it. It was fantastic. And then a little bit later, like a year or so later, I don't think I was I was just in middle school. I got a textbook in psychology, and I came across Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and this is something that's gotten me through. Me being somebody who had to do a lot for myself. I'm not saying my mother was a terrible mother, because she worked her ass off doing what she was doing, but time is the most important commodity, and oftentimes I was fending for myself. And so the hierarchy of needs, it got me out of a lot. So a summary, if you don't know what it is, it's based on a pyramid, and the structure of the pyramid is such where there's 5 layers. The first layer is physiological needs, food, water, shelter. Do you have clothes? Can you sleep? Are you warm? The second one is safety needs. It's like protection, security, law, order, stability, those things. The third level is belongingness, love, family, affection, relationships. Are they stable, etc. 4 is based on self-esteem or esteem needs, as achievement, status, responsibility, reputation, those sorts of things. The top is self-actualization itself, and it's reaching your apex, achieving your dreams, your personal goals, your growth, your fulfillment. It is where you need to be if you want to be happy with everything. And it's so weird how it works, because the whole thing is, if any little layer might be shaky, 4 and 5, it's hard to achieve it. You could have an issue at stability, and 3, 4, and 5, it's always going to be rocky until you become stable. If you're having relationship issues, it could be family related, it could be a significant other, it doesn't matter. That's where your brain's at. Everything else goes off kilter. That has definitely happened to me in the past. I essentially chose graduate school over a relationship. That's not my choice, but that's what someone else's choice was. Um, so for me, the self-actualization is very important, and I will go and fight tooth and nail to achieve. I have self-actualized on many levels and many times, but as you keep going, you get more and more dreams, more and more goals, because complacency is a killer, and you never want to be complacent. So, how does this relate to, say, business, like the workplace? Your physiological needs would be like survival, your salary, your stable employment, job security. Your security needs would be stable benefits, work safety, those sorts of things. Belongingness would be more of a, or like your colleagues. How are your relationships with your colleagues? Are they good colleagues? Are they bitchy? Are they non-supportive? What are the workplace politics? Esteem needs are the perks of the job. Even anything down to extra things like 401k matching and stuff like that. And then you get job titles. I worked for a company that just, they pissed job titles. Everyone's an associate partner, or they're vice president this and that. And then you look and you're like, oh, that's a nice title. So self-actualization would be becoming the expert of the field, or becoming CEO, or becoming a chief, or whatever it is. Autonomy. I mean, that's in the workplace. That's what it is. Now, let's say you're a manager, okay, and you want to maybe apply Maslow to the workplace. I mean, so your base level would be, things like lunch breaks, rest breaks, the simple employment stuff like that. Are your wages livable? And no, I am not getting into a political. Please, in the comments, if there are any comments, or if I get any messages, I do not want to get into a debate about livable wage, because for each person it's different. If you're frugal, you can live off of $8 an hour. If you're spendthrift, you can barely live off of $30 an hour. It is different for each person. Everyone's got different financial values, and I'm not getting into. People make their own choices. They make their own choices. Yeah. So the safety needs would be, a safe work environment. Are there retirement benefits? How's the job security? Those sorts of things. Social needs would be company culture. I mean, are we a team? Can we go out and do some workplace stuff? I mean, can we, have company softball? Go to a bar, do something. Someone I know, just for anniversary of working there 10 years, they all just went to Hilton Head. I mean, so like 8 or 9 families, poof, off the Hilton Head. Fantastic. Things like that. And, yeah, again, with the steam, I mean, it's, like, you gotta make your employees like feel appreciated. Again, yeah, you can offer job titles, and for a lot of people, job titles are fantastic, and that's all they want is just a title. But for others, they want something more than that, and that leads into the self-actualization itself. If you're a manager, please provide your employees a challenge to move forward. Please challenge them. Each person, well, I can't say each person, many people want to achieve their full career potential, whether it's working at a non-for-profit and really doing a lot of outreach to somebody who wants to be CEO, or anything. You have to provide the path for them to achieve the self-actualization. You have to. That's the only way. I mean, case in point, a company that I worked for, and when I say company I worked for, It could be the same company over and over again. I'm just not naming any names because I don't want to get sued or something. Um, they it was not challenging whatsoever. They're like, oh, here's a project, okay. No leeway to be creative, no way to unleash. That's why I like things like Facebook's hackathon and other things. They're like, hey, you know what, you have your own time, let's build, let's do something. Google does this, a lot of the major companies do this. They just skunk works, they just let go and let people work. That's what I like. I mean, sure, maybe once a year have a competition and say during a couple weeks, you know, it's worth it. It's worth, like, hopping up your employees. And if you're a manager, don't be afraid to hire people smarter than you, because it only makes you look better. So again, provide a challenge, an opportunity, allow your employees to reach their full potential. Um, you can't micromanage everybody. You can't do it. You can't delegate everything. You have to. It, being up there, it's not. You got to be a leader, and part of leadership is allowing people to grow. Part of leadership is knowing when to take a step back from being the leader and watching other people do their thing. So that's what self-actualization is about if you're a manager and you want to apply it to your workplace. Again, this video has gone on a lot longer than normal. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is very important to me, and I believe it's important to many people if they would just apply it. Like, I know people who are unhappy in their life and job. Their job problems, their perception of job problems, especially this person's a teacher. School's starting back up, and summer is always kind of a drag. She didn't work all summer, like a lot of teachers. I mean, I know a lot of teachers who would waitress, bartend, maybe do real estate or whatnot. This person in particular just chilled. She doesn't have any kids, nothing. So it's not like she's a stay-at-home parent or something. She's so miserable, and she's started her workshops and stuff. She's still miserable. It's like you have to take care of what's going on here. When you take care of here, you're inside. Everything around you gets better. Your perception of things changes. If you receive an email or a phone conversation, how you translate the message is different. So you need to fix this. And this is where Maslow comes in. It could be anything. It's an amazing thing. I live by it. I have forever. It's how I've survived. It's how I've maintained some kind of drive, because when you're on your own, a lot of the times you have to set your own benchmarks. Sometimes you got to be competitive with people around you. I mean, sometimes you have to see what other people are doing, maybe even if it's your own family, and say, hey, this is where I should be at, and maybe that's your goal. For me, it was always athletics. I was very competitive in athletics. And then as I got older, I realized, after reading Mark Cuban's Business's Sport book, fantastic, love that guy, that's when I realized that now I can channel it somewhere else, because I was very competitive, and for many years, I had adrenal fatigue and other things, but for many years after I stopped playing volleyball, even at a very high level in the sand, I lost all competitive edge. I had nothing to compete against. It was complacent. The complacency was running rampant. It was terrible. And once I found out how to move the competition into something else, now I have self-actualized goals again, and it's phenomenal. I mean, I've been able to lose weight, move forward, be myself. It's been fantastic. So again, I rambled on for now 15 minutes. I could literally go for hours on this, but again, Maslow hierarchy needs, not too sure about it, want to learn how to apply it to your own life. It's worth a Google. It's really easy to find. Wikipedia, do whatever you do. Again, it's Friday night. Have some water. My face is lobster red. Fantastic. Have a great weekend, everyone, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.